Yes, I'm Mehra Milo, a librarian for the Hall of Wisdom. Can I tell you about our collection?
Yes, I'm Mehra Milo. Caius sent you? Follow me into the back of the library. We can't talk here. Go ahead. I'm afraid I don't know anything about a Sixth House cult, but I can tell you about the Nerevarine cult. The temple worships Nerevar as a saint and hero, but prophecies of his reincarnation are punished as wicked heresy. The Nerevarine cult claims the tribunal are false gods, hence the temple's persecution of the Nerevarine cult. A group called the Dissident Priests disputes temple doctrine on the Nerevarine prophecies. The prescribed book Progress of Truth describes their beliefs. Get a copy of Progress of Truth for Caius Cosades. That will tell him things he needs to know about the Nerevarine cult. This book lists the disputes of the dissident priests with tribunal temple doctrines. The temple has outlawed the sale or possession of the book, so it will be hard to find. We have a copy here, but I fear I'm being watched by the ordinators here. A safer plan would be to search local booksellers. Some booksellers ignore temple bans on outlawed books for profits or for principles. I do not care for temple politics, but I have read Progress of Truth, and it troubles me. I have friends, former priests, who have gone into hiding, so I am bound to come to the attention of the ordinators. I am careful.
Please leave. These are my private quarters. I have heard of you, Outlander. Feel free to peruse my goods. You are afflicted with a blight disease. I am an apothecary. Among other services, I sell a potion that cures all blight diseases. You can also receive the blessing of a cure by visiting a temple shrine and making an offering. A blessing costs less than a potion, but a potion may be carried for convenient use. At your service, Outlander.
Three blessings to you, Outlander.
Addhiranirr, and she is a Khajiit. Do you know where I can find her? I see. Well, perhaps some other good citizen could...
Is there something I can do for you? Welcome to Vivec. Oh, Addhiranirr. Maybe that name does sound a little familiar. Good to see you. How are things with you? You are generous. Sharing is good. I like sharing. Okay, I know Addhiranirr. And if I know Addhiranirr, she'll be staying out of sight as long as the census and excise agent is lurking about. Probably down in the underworks. Look for trapdoors down from the canal works level. The underworks are the canton sewers. Go out and look over the side. You can see the outflow drains underwater. Very nice place. They're the Imperial tax collectors. They hunt smugglers and tax dodgers. Did you hear they stuck that dissident priest guy, Malur Omain, in the Ministry of Truth? I guess the temple priests and ordinators figure they can straighten him out in there. I'll bet they can.
Yes. As I said, I'm looking for a friend of mine. A female Khajiit named Addhiranirr. I thought you might be able to tell me...
Welcome to Vivec. I'm all done. She's a sneak and a thief, and I don't like her one bit. She's probably hiding from that taxman I've seen around here. The one spot where the taxman won't bother you. Down in the sewers, under the canton. Taxmen don't fancy swimming in our stinks.
May you walk on warm sand.
Welcome to Vivec. I'm a census and excise agent has been prowling the canton tonight, and this agent, whose name is Vivianus Pretorius, has been showing an interest in Addhiranirr. So my guess is that while this census and excise agent is making his appearance, Addhiranirr will be hiding in the underworld. Seems pretty good. Get the inspiration from the sewers, down under. How do you think they keep it so clean and fresh up there? By dumping the dung out the bottom. Over the side, down underwater, you can see the outflow drain. How do you get in? By swimming. Or you could use the trapdoors nearby if you don't fancy a little swimming. Vivianus Pretorius is a census and excise agent. Census and excise is the imperial agency that collects taxes and tariffs. Is there something I can do for you?
I'm looking for a friend of mine, a female Khajiit named Addhiranirr. Yes. As I said, I'm looking for a friend. I'm just a friend of Addhiranirr. Yes, her name is Addhiranirr, and she is a Khajiit. You know where I can find her? What a disappointment. But thank you for your time. I was just heading back to the mainland myself anyway. And maybe I'll run into her there. It's no problem, really. No, I understand. She didn't know I was coming, but it's no problem. I was just heading back to the mainland myself, and maybe I'll run into her there.
May you walk on warm sands.
Best prices, best selection. Go about your business, but I'm watching you. Am I talking to you, Fetcher? No, I'm
talking to the filthy lizard, so push off.
Am I talking to you, Fetcher? No, I am talking... What? Are you some kind of filthy lizard lover? You want to give your little friend a big kiss? If you want to talk business, speak with Crassius Curio or Adrina. Her home is in the Hlalu Canton Wasteworks.
I welcome you as the friend of my friend, but I wish to go to my friend's bookstore, and these troublesome fools are in my way. I have tried to persuade them, but they hate my race, and I fear there will be violence. Perhaps if you speak with them, but be careful, and be ready. The sight of a free Argonian offends these racist thugs. It would tarnish my Morag Tong honor to slay them, and I don't want to trouble my friend Saralis Golmis by fighting in his club. But I must go to my friend's bookstore, where we can talk in peace. If you have a way with words, perhaps you can talk to them. Or if you have a way with money, they might be bought. Otherwise, I fear there must be bloodshed.
Go ahead, keep talking.
Are we ready to travel together to Jobasha's I am in the service of the Morag Tong, a modest thrall in rank, and by vocation and trade. Will you travel together with me to Jobasha's rare books? We leave through the door to the Foreign Quarter Wasteworks, turn right, west, continue down the hall and across the atrium on the same level, then follow the opposite corridor west on the other side of the atrium all the way to Jobasha's door. I must warn you, unless these troublesome fools are persuaded to behave like civilized beings, there may be fighting and killing if we try to travel together. Thank you. I will follow you to Jobasha's rare books, and we will speak further there. Suffer.
Shut up and butt out, Outlander. This rotting piece of trash ought to be chained up somewhere, not running around loose. Get out of our way, Enwa. We got issues with this filthy lizard here. His kind aren't welcome here. He belongs in the swamp with the rest of them. You can find Agrippina Hereni if you want to. Did you hear they stuck that dissident? Her home is in the Hlalu. If you wish, they are in the Hall of Justice here in, well, the temple compound.
I'm not talking to you, mate. Am I talking to this here
I
filthy
simply
lizard?
wish to go to my friend's
shut up,
bookstore.
or I'll shut you up.
I'm not talking to you, mate. I'm talking to this here filthy lizard. Very well. I'll see what can be done. You are generous, and your judgment is good. It's an Argonian, and I don't like it, but I can leave it alone. If you don't get lost, I'm gonna hit. I don't care. They leave me alone. I leave them alone. Hey, look, they're stupid. They stink. What you expect? Nobody likes them. But they're not worth worrying about.
Are we ready to travel together to Jobasha's rare books when we arrive? Thank you. I will follow you to Jobasha's rare books, and we will speak further there.
there something I can do for you?
Three blessings to you, Outlander. It's here in the Foreign Quarter, on the west end of the Lower Wasteworks.
We make a special
This is the Silt Strider port for the city of Vivec, Outlander. I'm a caravaner and I manage this Silt Strider can carry you from Vivec to Suran, Seydanin, Balmora, and Molag Mar.
Are you here to discuss your orders, or is there something else you want? I have your report, and I'll make copies of your notes from Huleeya and the Progress of Truth. Give me time to read and digest all this. In the meantime, I'm promoting you to Journeyman. You're doing good work, and here are 200 drakes. Go out and treat yourself to a new pair of shoes, and go do some jobs for the guilds, or... I'm not ready for you yet, I told you. Go out and brush up your skills, or do some freelance work to support your cover story, or go shopping. Or do some sightseeing. Just leave me alone and let me think. We need an Ashlander informant. I have heard of a fellow in Aldrun named Zainsubani, an Ashlander who left the Wastes to become a wealthy trader. They say the Ashlanders like to give and receive presents. Take these 100 drakes. Find out what Zainsubani likes, and get him a gift. Then give him the gift and see if he will tell you about the Ashlanders and the Nerevarine cult. Then report back to me.
Good day, stranger. Welcome to Balmora, council seat of House Hlal. I am Zainsubani. May you bless and be blessed. I do not wish to be rude, but if you have business, speak it, for I am at leisure, and would I see. You wish to learn of Ashlanders from me, and what is it that you wish to learn? A curious question. A gift. is a sign of courtesy among strangers and affection among friends. Among strangers, a thoughtful gift. I understand. You wish to give me a suitable gift, but you do not know me well enough to choose such a gift, or you cannot find or afford a gift you know to be suitable for me. Well, let us take your earnest thought and effort as a token of your gift. You have behaved courteously, and I am inclined to help you. What would you wish to know about the Ashlanders and the Nerevarine cult? They worship the great Ashkan and Hortator, Nerevar moon and star, who in ages past destroyed the evil, godless dwarves and banished the treacherous Dagoth and his foul hosts beneath Red Mountain. The cult is of small consequence in Ashlander worship, and only among the Urshilaku do its followers have any influence. Others Ashlanders' tribes share the sentiments of the cult, but regard the Nerevarine prophecies with suspicion and skepticism. I have heard it said that prophecies foretell the return of a reincarnated Nerevar, who shall drive the foreigners from the Ashlands, and who shall cast down the false gods of the temple and restore the true worships of the ancestors. It is a dream that would appeal to every Ashlander, but it is thought but a silly ancient legend, and little more, by many Ashlanders, myself included. Yes, I understand. Don't give it another thought. Now, what would you wish to know about the Ashlanders and the Nerevarine cult? I'm a trader. I know the Ashlands, their people and their ways. I know what they will buy and sell, and what will bring good money here among the settled people. The Urshilaku are the Ashlanders of the northern Ashlands and the West Gash in the northwest of Vardenfell. Ashkan Sul-Matuul is their chief, a brave and respected war leader, and warrior protector of the Nerevarine cult. The Urshilaku camp moves with the herds, but usually lies close to the Sea of Ghosts. And all Ashlanders in a tribe, young and small, are born into the ancestor cult of their clan. The Nerevarine cult is different, though. It is a very small cult, with only a few wise women with the gift of prophecy, and a few holy warrior heroes who guard and protect the seers. Sul-Matuul, Ashkan of the There is too much to tell. Here, take these notes. I've written here what you should know about the Ashlanders and the Nerevarine cult. But most of all, if you are visiting a camp, there are things you should know about courtesy and challenges among the Ashlanders. And since you ask about the Nerevarine cult, perhaps you'll be interested in my views on the Ashlanders and foreigners, because a guiding passion of the Nerevarine cult is their hatred of foreigners. Most Ashlanders wish all foreigners and their false gods could be driven from Morrowind. At very least, Ashlanders wish the foreign devils would leave them in peace. Ashlanders think it shameful to attack unarmed persons, but they will kill without hesitation an armed person who offends them or their clan laws. No Ashlander is fool enough to make war against the Empire. However, if such a war might be won, many Ashlanders might cheerfully give their lives to win such a war.
Are you here to discuss your... Thanks for your report. But keep Zainsubani's notes on the Ashlanders. You'll need them. I'm promoting you and sending you to the Urshilaku camp to speak with Sul-Matuul and Nibani Maesa. The Emperor and his advisors think you have the appearance of meeting the conditions of the Nerevarine prophecies. That's why you were pulled out of prison on His Majesty's authority and sent to me. So you could satisfy the conditions of the Nerevarine prophecies and become the Nerevarine. Here, this is a decoded copy of the coded package you gave me when you arrived. Read it later. It should explain everything. As you'll see in the decoded message, the Emperor and his counselors say you have the appearance of satisfying the conditions of the prophecy. Do you really satisfy the prophecy? Are you really the prophesied Nerevarine? At first I thought we were just supposed to create a persuasive impostor. Now, I don't know what to think, but I'm sure of one thing. This is not just primitive superstition, and we will treat it seriously, just as His Majesty commands. So, Zainsubani says Sul-Matuul and Nibani Maesa at Urshilaku camp are the heads of the Nerevarine cult. So I'm sending you to speak with them. Tell them your story, and have them test you against the Nerevarine prophecies. As heads of the Nerevarine cult, they can best judge whether you satisfy the prophecies. When you've spoken with them, report back to me. Here's 200 drakes for expenses. And pick up essential supplies at Fort Moon.
think we've been introduced, Outlander. How can I help you?
Is there something I can do for you?
I don't think we've been introduced, Outlander. How can I help you? I don't think we've been introduced. Nice to see you again. I'm Beden Giladren, in case you forgot. Can you get me out of here? These Ashlanders are holding me for ransom. Yes, I'm Beden Giladren. These Ashlanders have me trapped here. Can you get me out?
Is there something I can do for you?
Pardon me, can you help a poor pilgrim? I've been trying to get to Ruddy Man, but I've lost my way. If you would be so kind as to help, I can pay you 150 septums upon our arrival. I need to get there rather quickly, though. I'm on a pilgrimage, and there are others I must meet there. I must be at Ruddy Man in Coal Cave within 2 days. Can you help? No. Well, maybe I'll find someone else who'll be able to help me out.
You can't evade my spells!
nothing more than a bad memory.
to know death is near.
Khajiit hopes the Kind One is making the slavers pay with their lives. Do you have the key? You have the key. Will you let me?
You come to talk. Then talk, Outlander. Do you want to offer me a gift of trauma root? Well, Outlander, you are not proud, but you are courteous, and in an Outlander that is not a thing to be despised. Very well. I accept your gift, and thank you. This is Urshilaku Camp, Outlander. You are an Outlander, and you wish to talk of the Nerevarine prophecies. You are polite and well-mannered for an Outlander, and I do not think you mean to give... What does an Outlander have to say to an Urshilaku of the Nerevarine prophecy? I do not believe what I'm hearing. You think you are the Nerevarine, and you wish to speak to Sul-Matuul and Nibani Maesa. You do not look like the Nerevarine, but you do not speak like a fool or a madman. This is a puzzle. I tell you, go speak with Zabamund in his yurt. He is a Gulakan, Sul-Matuul's champion, and he will decide what is right. If Zabamund gives you permission, then you may enter the Ashkan's yurt and speak with Sul-Matuul. Talk, Outlander. Speak with respect, and I will listen. Sul-Matuul will not talk to you. Nibani Maesa will not talk to you. You have no standing among us, Outlander. It is our custom. Among strangers, we honor that the Nerevarine prophecies are not for Outlanders. Why should Sul-Matuul and Nibani Maesa speak to you about these things? Who are you, that we should trust you? These are not simple matters. You know a great deal more than I would have thought, and some of what you say is news to me. I believe you should speak to Sul-Matuul. Perhaps he will be angry with me, but I think I can bear that. Go to the Ashkan's yurt and speak with Sul-Matuul. Ask him your questions and tell him I have sent you.
So, my champion Zabamund has sent you to talk with me about the Nerevarine prophecies. Then go ahead, Outlander. Talk. I'm very curious.
So, my champion Zabamund has sent you to talk with me about the Nerevarine prophecies. Then you think you fulfill the Nerevarine prophecies. You wish to be tested to see if you are the Nerevarine. No Outlander may join the Nerevarine cult. If you were a clan friend, an adopted member of the Ashlander tribes, then perhaps. I have an initiation rite in mind. If you pass this rite, I will adopt you as a clan friend of the Ashlanders, and then I will submit you to Nibani Maesa, our wise woman, who is skilled in oracles and mysteries, and who will test you against the prophecy. To be adopted into the tribe, you must undergo a harrowing. In a harrowing, you will be judged by the spirits and ancestors to see if you are worthy. Go to the Urshilaku burial caverns and fetch me Sul-Matuul's bone-biter bow. Sul-Matuul was my father, and his spirit guards his bone-mold longbow deep in the burial caverns. Return to me with this bow, and I will adopt you into the Ashlander tribes as a clan friend. The burial caverns lie to the south-southeast of the camp, a north-facing door in a little hill halfway between us and the slopes of Red Mountain. Go north from the camp to the water, then turn east. At a rock cairn on the beach, turn and head straight south until you find the door. The spirits of our ancestors guard the caverns. They will attack and will kill you if they can. Force your way past them or evade them. Get the bow and return to prove your worthiness.
The ash storms are a nuisance. So, Outlander, have you completed the initiation rite?
So, Outlander, have you completed the initiation rite? This is my father's bone-biter bow. You have completed the initiation rite. I name you clan friend of the Ashlanders. Keep my father's bow and bear it with honor. You are a friend of our tribe and may rest in any Urshilaku bed. But do not harm other tribe members or take their things. And now I will fulfill my other promise. Go to the wise woman's yurt, and Nibani Maesa shall examine you and test you against the Nerevarine prophecies.
So they've told me of you, Outlander, or shall I say, clan friend. You are hard-headed and ignorant, but perhaps it is not your fault. My lord Ashkan says you will ask me about the Nerevarine prophecies. He also says I will test you against them. I must do as my lord Ashkan says, so ask your question, and I will test you. So, they've told me of you, Outlander, or shall I say, clan friend. You are hard. There are many Nerevarine prophecies, and they suggest many things. Aspect and uncertain parents. The moon and star. Sleepers. 7 curses. The curse's bane. The prophecy of the stranger. The prophecy of... Ask me of these things. If you are patient. If you would be wise. Or if you are impatient to know, just ask, do I pass the test of the Nerevarine prophecies? Go ahead, Outlander. I am the wise woman. Ask your questions, and I will answer. You are not the Nerevarine. You are one who may become the Nerevarine. It is a puzzle and a hard one, but you have found some of the pieces, and you may find more. Do you choose to be the Nerevarine? Then seek the lost prophecies among the dissident priests of the temple. Find the lost prophecies, bring them to me, and I will be your guide. And take these copies of the Stranger and the 7 Visions. Now, I have told you all I know. Go, think on what I've told you, and do what must be done.
Are you here to discuss your orders? Or is that... You've spoken with Sul-Matuul and Nibani Maesa, and from what they say, it sounds like you could really be the Nerevarine. That's just incredible. But I'll have to get used to the idea. Let me try to get word to Mehra Milo. Maybe she can find out whether the dissident priests have any lost prophecies. But in the meantime, I have a very tough assignment for you. Do you think you're ready? Don't get overconfident. But it so happens that I agree. You're ready. But just in case, I'm going to give you 400 drakes. Before you head out, make sure you outfit yourself with healing potions, new gear, a little training, whatever you think you need most. And remember, here's your mission. Fort Buckmoth sent a patrol to Gnar Mok, hunting smugglers with 6th House connections. They found a 6th House base, a 6th House shrine, and a 6th House priest named Dagoth Gares. Speak to Champion Raisa Huleeya at Fort Buckmoth. She'll tell you about the patrol and the 6th House base. Your orders: find that 6th House base, kill Dagoth Gares, and bring me a full report on the 6th House base.
Beneath Red Mountain, Lord Dagoth sleeps, but when he wakes, we all shall rise, and the dust will blow away. That does it.
Go ahead.
Cosades sent you, didn't he? He says you're the one to handle the 6th house base near Nar Mok. I'm Raisa Pulia, champion of the Legion garrison here at Buckmoth Legion Fort, and you're them. Caius Cosades sent you, didn't he? Caius says you're the one to handle this 6th house base near Nar Mok. Nar Mok is an island fishing village on the Bitter Coast, roughly west of Caldera and Aldrun. Here, let me mark it on your map. There is no marked route to Nar Mok from Aldrun. It's no easy trip. Our patrols take the Balmora Road. At the Nisus Balmora Aldrun signpost, go south, then immediately west on a side road to Drulene Fallen's cottage. Then head cross-country west to the coast, with the old Dwemer stronghold at Andasreth as a landmark. When you hit the coast, turn south. Follow the coast, wading around headlands when necessary. Pass a shipwreck. When the coast levels out and turns from barren rock to green swamp, you're in the Bitter Coast region. Keep south, with the water on your left. Only one trooper returned. He died soon after, horribly disfigured with corpus disease and out of his wits. In his ravings, he spoke of a cavern on the coast. He called it Ilunibi. It's not on our maps. Try asking locals in Nar Mok. They fought with cultists and disfigured man-beasts, corpus monsters, I think. They fled the attackers and got lost in the caves. Then they ran into a half-man creature named Dagoth Gares. This Dagoth Gares slew the rest of the patrol, but spared the one trooper. He told the trooper he was being spared, so he might tell others that the sleeper awakes, and the 6th house has risen, and Dagoth is Lord, and I am his priest, and all will be one with him in the flesh. The trooper awakened outside the caves and returned here. We couldn't recognize him, and he didn't respond to questions, just kept rambling on like a madman until he died. That's what the dead trooper called the sea caverns where he found the 6th house base. It's not on our maps, and no one here has heard of it. Maybe the locals in Nar Mok can tell you where to find it, or you may have to search for it yourself. I've heard of corpus disease before, but never seen it. The trooper's flesh was swollen and covered with growths. His bones twisted and lost their shape. He spoke to himself, as if in a dream. We didn't recognize him at first, except for his clothing and armor. The fort chaplain tried spells and potions, but couldn't cure the disease. He died soon after he reached the fort. Didn't realize how fast corpus kills. It sure wasn't pretty. The troops seem shaken. I'm a little worried myself, to tell the truth.
I'm Carrier.
I bet you couldn't throw a stone around here without hitting a smuggler. Smuggler's Coast is what they call this stretch of coast from Sha-Adnius north to West Gash. Now, no one here would think of trying to cheat the Emperor of his taxes. No, we're loyal citizens.
Good God, my friend, your face. I think you may have contracted corpus disease. Are you here to discuss your orders? Or is there something else? With Dagoth Gares dead, the 6th House Shrine is no longer a threat. You've more than earned a promotion to the rank of Traveler. I'm very worried that you have corpus disease, but I have some good news in that department. I canvassed my informants for possible treatments, just in case you contracted the disease during your mission. I learned from Fast Eddie that your best chance of getting cured is Dagoth Gares, an ancient Telvanni wizard who runs a corpusarium for victims of the disease. Here, take this Dwemer artifact and 1,000 drakes and go to Telfir. Dagoth Gares will like the Dwemer artifact. A gift may sweeten his disposition. The gold is for expenses. And here are a couple of levitation potions. I hear you'll need them in Telvanni towers because wizards don't use stairs. So get moving and get that corpus disease cured. Then hurry back. I think I know how to get the lost prophecies Nibani Maesa asked for.